To call the Fuller Field Commission meeting to order. Number one, under administrative, I know everyone got the minutes, the review and acceptance of August 3rd meeting minutes.
I motion to approve those minutes.
A second.
John, I just want to let you know that I have a backup recording going too.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Any housekeeping items?
Not for Fuller Field specifically.
Not for Fuller Field. Okay. Fuller Field Department updates. We have Mr. Farragher here.
What do I have for Fuller? I have, so we did the water main project. We met and accepted the bid from Hydrotech out of Sterling. I was told that they would be starting this month, but one of the pieces to the project is an above ground like box to where it's gonna be locked, and that's where you're gonna have access to the piping and all that. So it's gonna be above grade instead of right now, it's about 4 or 5 feet below. There was like a 6 to 8 week wait time on that, lead time on that material, so I did reach out to the office just to see if they would start digging, and they know, they're aware of the sporting events on the weekends and things like that, so it will be left in a safe manner. I don't have a start date, but it was approved. The quote was for $27,000. We have a town warrant article for 25, and our department will cover the remaining, or if there's any incidental or change orders. So that work is good to go. It's on its way, and hopefully we can put that to rest. So.
Kenzie, you have all the field schedules and everything, right?
Yes.
You just make sure anything is, with a lot of kids on here on the weekend.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we need, when the work starts, they're aware that you have
Yeah.
camps in the summer. They actually walk the site during one of the events you have out
Yeah.
here. So.
Right now it's mostly football, so.
Yeah,
too.
so, and I'm down here too, so we'll make sure that it's definitely secure. We actually put another chain and lock on that because somehow it came undone, and just to make sure that there's a lot of kids down here, so everyone's safe. So once I get a start date, I'll notify Mackenzie, and she can let you guys know, and
Be great.
we'll go from there, so.
Any questions on that one?
Glad it's happening.
Yep.
The feasibility study, Bri, do you have any on that?
So that, I don't have any information or new information on that. I'm gonna meet with Phil Duffy, kind of separately, just to kind of get our ducks in a row and see how we wanna, if he knows any firms, or he's done a lot of this in the past. What's the best and most efficient approach? So I will meet with him, and maybe the next meeting I can have more of a clearer update on that.
Okay.
Do we need to clean it out? You know how we looked at it one other time, and we were talking about cleaning it out? Do we need to do that first, or not?
Having not been in there, I don't,
I've been in there. I think anyone looking to evaluate the building will be able to do so the way it is.
is it just storage right now for football?
Yeah, but there's room to walk around in there. I think a lot of people did remove some of the items. I don't know if the Little League, or I know Pop Warner right now, or AYF has, like the yard markers. I'm trying to think if there's anything else in there.
Yeah, they're pretty good anyways.
Yeah,
I mean,
Sarah
it definitely
already-
needs a cleanup, but I think if they're looking at the structure, that there's access to the basement, there's, they can get through that building and assess it the way it is.
We avoided it.
I think the basement's pretty empty, the last I was down there, yeah. But yeah, I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other items for Fuller Field? Public comment? No?
Hello, everyone. I'm so sorry I'm late. My
You good?
ride,
A motion to adjourn.
my ride was late.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 6:06.
Right now, there's a motion on the floor to adjourn the Fuller Field.
Second.
We had a second.
I already seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good. I'd like to call the Clinton Parks and Rec meeting to order. Following the agenda, administrative, the review and the acceptance of the August 3rd meeting minutes that everybody received.
I motion to approve the August 3rd meeting minutes for Clinton Parks and Rec.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Housekeeping items, Mackenzie.
Just moving forward, we want to make sure that we get confirmation that the minutes were received and the agendas were received. So just, once you guys get it, shoot me or Laura an email, just to let me know that everything is squared away.
Okay. Making sure everybody did get them, correct? Okay, great. Updates as far as Clinton Parks and Rec with Brian. Last time, Brian, we talked about Central Park trash cans.
Yep. So Mackenzie just, I think, last week sent me
The
the,
email from the guy,
it was a DPW,
Yeah.
addressed DPW, but
Yeah.
there was a brochure with different picnic tables, trash cans, things like that.
Good.
So I'm looking into that. I know the last time it was more of, summer, there's a couple of Vale Street that aren't up to par, and then there's some, I think we wanted, just for budget reasons, to maybe focus, or maybe that's a starting point, is let's take care of Central Park
Central Park
now,
is absolutely-
and then we can work our way out. Is that everyone's feeling?
I would say Central Park is absolutely the
Okay.
Are we
priority.
including the recycle bins too, recycle cans? Because those are.
I think if we do, I think we should take care of both of them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do some more research on that, and we'll go from there, but we'll definitely start, if everyone's okay, we'll start at the park.
I have a question, Brian.
Yeah.
Were you involved with those recently updated planters uptown?
No.
No?
No, I wasn't.
They're customized with Clinton logos and things like that.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was the same type of a company that would provide products like.
That's Philadelphia,
Trust
right?
me.
Yeah, that would be, so a lot of the high street contractors and things that are going on down there, Phil Duffy would have,
Yeah.
he's more
That's that
directly
down-
involved.
That's that downtown committee? That's the
Yeah,
downtown committee, yeah.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
not us.
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe
Yeah.
if we're gonna update the park receptacles,
Mm.
maybe there was a tie-in, that maybe something we could.
they could, because, I mean, there's,
Piggyback off of there.
yeah, there's new
Discount,
receptacles on High Street,
Or
so.
even the same logo type of
Yeah.
thing without having to, if you were to just decide to put a logo on the trash can, that would be something we could coordinate.
I think what we should do is maybe I can look and price out a few different options, and then Mackenzie can maybe bring back to the board and say, is this the vision that you guys see the park? As opposed to me just saying, this looks good, let's,
The last
do it.
meeting Phil Duffy attended, he was talking about the lighting and having the lighting from High Street extend into the park. And I think he mentioned something about the company possibly having trash cans, because I think did they put new ones on High Street?
I believe they did, yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I remember him talking about that, so it might be something.
So I'm gonna
worth
follow up.
looking into. That way it all looks the same.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should, High Street looks really good right now, and, yeah,
Whatever we
Are
purchase
we
there,
gonna-
we should extend it.
okay.
Will we be getting the same trash cans that are at the park?
Just talked about that.
They're saying,
There's more.
if we could stay consistent with High Street,
The same,
yeah,
So-
a similar style.
Gonna research that.
so if it's
We'll
with
get back to
the, if it's with those steel ones like we had,
Mhm.
I mean, I went around and looked at a few of the park and stuff, and I saw how horrible it is. And, I was looking at them and I was thinking, well, maybe, if there was like 2 or 3 or 4 holes drilled in the bottom, they wouldn't have rotted out and stuff. So I just wanted to throw that out there as like something, a possibility to elongate the, length of time that these trash cans last us to.
How long did we have the
save
last
us
ones?
money.
20 years?
Look at the drainage, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, I mean, I wouldn't even
I
know.
think Phil said they were replaced in 2000, 2001, because I remember
think
me.
Albufaro,
They're as
yeah,
old as
Godwin.
I've graduated. So.
Okay,
But 20 years is a long time, they've held up. you
Yeah, I
know,
think
so
it's
just
definitely time, and I think
Yeah.
we've got the most out of them.
but I'm confident if Brian brings us back some options.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah, we
know.
can, we'll price them out. I'll talk to Phil too, and just so we can stay consistent, and then we can bring it to the board and go from there.
That's awesome.
That, to move on to the Central Park lighting, that was Phil last week as well, or last month as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
He wants to make it more flush with Central, High Street.
Okay, so Phil isn't here, so I'd like to push on through that. I will contact both you and Phil, to get an update on that for the next time.
Is that the Discover Clinton commission, or is that the economic development?
Phil's town,
He's the economic development.
Economic development.
Central Park tree. I know we talked about that.
That was Phil.
That was Phil as well? Okay.
Ones that are coming down.
Is that what that was about?
He wanted to
And we-
replace it with,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So, I mean, my portion of that is taking them down as far as what is being planted. That's probably what Phil was discussing.
Yeah,
Um,
is that slated already?
So, yes, and I don't have an exact date. So National Grid goes through town and they take no cost to any department or the town. If there's any trees that are impacting wires or things like that, they'll come in and take them down. They contacted the DPW and asked if we had any trees on our tree list, which we had like 40 or 50 of them, town trees that, throw a couple their way and they'll take them down. So those were two that I said, okay, let's give them to National Grid. Haven't heard anything from National Grid, so now I took them back on to our contractors, and that is, again, they were out today, they took 5 or 6 trees down. Central Park is on like the 3rd wave of that, so it will be done hopefully before the winter. That's the plan.
I'd imagine there's probably gonna be some questions from the town
Always.
coming in on what's going to be done, so
Yeah.
I would prepare yourself and prepare with answers on that.
Okay.
Because he's also looking at replacing too, correct?
Yes.
That's correct? All
I
right.
know we had some brief discussion on replacement. Any ideas of any ideas of how we're gonna go about deciding on that? Is that good with leaving to professionals to decide what to replace them with, or does anybody have any input? The reason I'm bringing this up is maybe it's something we could get a little promotional value out of by maybe putting out a brochure or a request for town to decide, townspeople, pick a tree, type of thing.
I know Phil had referenced getting something that provides more shade,
You wanted to provide adequate shading for the walkway?
Yep,
Is
that's what he had said,
I
yeah.
think that's an excellent idea. I think he should probably narrow our choices to say 3 or 4, and then we can put it
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
and say.
put it out, and get some exposure, get some notoriety. Hey, we're the new regime, we're providing new trees, you can have some input, something to consider.
Okay.
give
Yeah, that's a
him
cool idea.
Give him 2 or 3 ideas. Thank you, Mike. Granite chessboard and seating for Central Park. That's been on.
I know that, we requested pricing, but I've submitted a grant request for the park for the granite chessboard and seating. I went over to Sterling, saw what they had, got the pricing for that, so I think I did a grant request for, $6,000, and that would be like 2 chessboards and seats, and that's at different levels. So if we wanted to do just plain sandstone, or if we wanted to do a gray or a color tint, or do a curved bench. And also I talked to the Clinton Cultural Council and asked them if the granite chessboard and seating would be something appropriate to put a request in for them, and they said yes. So I'll do that, so we'll have at least 2 grant requests out to supplement the funding.
The first one was 6,000.
Thank you, Laura.
The first one was 6,000, what was the second one?
I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna do a request for 1,000, but say that we'll take partial funding.
Awesome.
First one was for 6,000. Awesome, great. Thank you, Laura. On to Parks and Recreation, Department updates. I don't know if it's up here yet. Oh, yeah, there it is, sorry. Summer playground, the dates, the budget, the schedule, the staffing.
So as far as the dates for next year, I would like to do the week of kindergarten playground because that was a hit this year, and followed by 9 weeks of summer playground. So we're upping it 2 weeks, one on each end from previous years.
How's that impact staffing as far as kids going back to school?
So we ended up adding an extra week this year as like an extended summer playground. And we had all of our high school students available and most of our college students too, for that. And it stops the week before school sports start. So we're able to
Okay,
play on that a little
Okay.
bit.
all right.
And, but I did put out like not a questionnaire, but like more of a question to like parents just to see if like they would be interested in extending it. And everybody was just like, yes, do it all summer.
Was it-
That last week you added, it was down here, right?
Yes.
And was it filled immediately?
It was filled the night that I posted it and we had wait lists.
So that just right there.
Yeah.
Determines that,
Yeah.
And that would be the week that we would stop it next year too.
yeah.
Yeah, along with that, do you have comments or do you have like a questionnaire on people or a feedback
There's-
on the feedback survey for the summer camp? for
We
the
should
kids?
put out a feedback survey. That's a good idea.
It's something, just to,
To the parents, John?
yeah, yes,
I would
definitely.
utilize that group. that
Don't
you-
ask the 5-year-olds.
I would utilize that.
Don't ask the
group.
5-year-olds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex.
I'll put a Google Forms or something on there.
Yes,
We've had
yeah.
a ton of like positive, just like Facebook comments, which is more
And-
informal.
And
but
I
like,
have seen that. It's good because, you know, they feel sometimes, and you can get good ideas from it, and you can head some problems off sometimes out of it.
Absolutely.
Should we request a formal recap of the season to include something? Is that something we should put forward as a board request, that you provide a recap of the great programming you did all summer?
Sure, I can put something together for the next meeting.
Just,
Is that something we have to?
no, I think if we just add it to the agenda.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
that
sounds
would be
good.
fine.
Great.
Just total, you know, I'd love to know total.
Yeah, absolutely.
Total campers, total
Duration, number of people, activities,
staffing.
Okay.
feedback.
It's like a review.
Yeah,
recap,
definitely.
Review.
Would you like?
Do you have wait lists for every?
We
week?
did. We had wait lists every week
Yeah.
except for the week of 4th of July because it's a shorter week.
And I would, as you're adding that extra week, I mean, that's why you're doing what you're doing, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, add those to that, you know, we had 9 people waiting to get in. that
Okay.
week,
I
so.
mean, what can you do to prevent wait lists? Like, can you get more staff, is that what you need, or more space?
More days.
I actually, for the warrant article for the special town meeting that we were working on putting together, we're asking for an increase in rec wages so that we can support the raises that we gave this year, bringing it to minimum wage, support the 45-cent raise to our returning counselors, and be able to bring on 3 more staff members so that we can up summer playground to 100 kids per week and teen adventure to 30 kids per week.
So what's the 100 from 70?
65.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
That might prevent some of the waiting lists.
And
Is there space other than just this? Like, you know where we park, and then there's the garage over there? Is there like a whole nother space behind this wall? Is there like storage, or is that what it is?
there's storage, there's the garage, which the facilities department uses for storage. And we have storage upstairs too.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out space for numbers.
Yeah.
So you could have more people in here, because if it.
But the
if it's-
majority, I think, is held at the high school, correct?
It is. I'd love to have it like here so that we're in our own space,
Right.
but it at
With
the
the
moment
numbers
isn't
that you-
feasible.
The numbers that you have, and then swimming as well.
Yeah,
Well, it's
exactly.
convenient for the pool, too.
It is convenient for the pool. So for the special town meeting, warrant article, or potential of warrant article for next year, depending on what ends up happening, the department would like to ask for $75,757.50 for the,
Can you repeat that, sorry?
$75,757.50. No problem. In order to support the wage increase and also bring on new employees, because we have 12, I'm estimating 12 returning counselors, and with the standard 45-cent raise that we've instituted in past years, that would bring them from $15.55 to $16. And then we have 2 counselors that are returning from the year before, so they would be up to $17. And then to bring on 3 new employees at $15.55, it would bring us to that total for the year. And it would be a one-time thing because we're also planning on increasing
What would be one time? Sorry.
the request.
Oh,
Because if she runs it like that, what she's bringing in next year will fund.
Support the wages for the following
fire.
year.
Right.
Because
thank you.
we're also planning on marginally increasing the price per week, because right now summer playground is $120 a week, and we're gonna increase it to $150. And we will offer a payment plan as well, just because of the increase. And the Teen Adventure program is going from $130 to $165, so that we can increase our gross over the summer in order to support the rec wages for the following year. And we'd also like to add additional field trips and like really beef up the teen program a little bit more, because it was definitely lacking this year in the past couple of years.
Are you seeing that from other programs, that fee
Yes.
structure?
It's in line with other rec departments, and it's significantly less than like Woodhaven or other summer programs in the area.
Okay, yeah, the private, yeah, significantly
Yes.
less. Okay, fantastic. Did you discuss that when you were at the New England conference at all? Did you talk to anybody else where they are?
We actually ended
a
up
good
talking
time,
to,
right?
yeah, the Hudson rec was there.
You went
so-
all the way there to talk to Hudson?
Yes. And it was good. It was great.
Good.
Yeah. We're working on some programs with them too, which would be awesome.
Good.
Are you in touch with anybody from Northborough?
Not yet. We're in touch with Sterling, Boylston, Leominster, Berlin, Hudson, and Lancaster. And it's in the notes, we coordinated a group of fellow Parks and Rec directors and assistants, and that we're going to start meeting on a regular basis to discuss ideas, share programming, coordinate events, so
That's
we're,
fantastic.
not everyone's doing all the heavy
The reason I
lifting.
asked is that 2-3 years ago, I had reached out to them when I was doing research for this position, and I met with the director at Northborough, who had been familiar with the past directors.
Oh,
And
okay.
she was eager to communicate and assist any new directors.
Oh.
At the time, we were,
Yeah, we can definitely reach out. I didn't know that.
I believe she's still in office, so
Oh, cool. Okay.
just a note.
Northborough's helped us out a lot
Yeah.
with a lot of their policies.
Well, thank you on that. I think we're good on do we need to
I think
have
I-
a motion for
To approve it.
We do need to talk about that total. I think she has represented, what is in that money for her asking for the special meeting. So,
Go ahead. I motion to approve Mackenzie's request. I second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Good work.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Bike helmet lost and found, a little update?
All of the leftover bike helmets from Project Kid Safe got donated to Wheat, and we had a ton of leftover unclaimed beach towels and swim towels from summer playground, and they were donated to Clinton Animal Hospital.
Nice,
That's awesome.
nice. On to sidewalk sales update.
We attended, and
I was there.
yes, and we got a ton of people signed up for our new newsletter through the sidewalk sales.
It was good. If anybody was there, it was a great representation with Mackenzie and Laura in the booth. Signing up as I was standing there. There were people coming up and signing up for programs. So that was great to see.
Is this the same sign up that's on the website?
Yes.
Okay.
Review of Old Home Day in the movie.
So we did sponsor the movie on Friday night, which was a success, definitely. And for Old Home Day, our department volunteered for setup in the morning.
Did you do the ducks too?
We did not do the ducks.
Who did the ducks?
Some of the kids did. It was someone.
They had Parks and Rec shirts on.
Some of the kids, some of the CITs who had come down to help
Good.
stayed, and they wanted to volunteer throughout the day. So
Okay.
they called their parents, and the parents said, okay, so we gave them meal vouchers, and they spent the day volunteering, and they were a fantastic representation.
That's
That's excellent.
I have to say that I thought it was completely Parks and Rec.
It-
So, I'm glad because they all had Parks and Rec shirts on.
They're
so-
very eager to help out. They're awesome
I saw
kids.
the call go out for their help, and it was amazing to see how fast everyone jumped.
It was a nice little thing right in the middle.
The basket was set up.
They were awesome, the kids. They love volunteering with our programs and stuff, so you will be seeing a lot of the same faces.
Okay, great, great.
It was a good amount in attendance too. It was impressive.
Those shirts are great promos.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
How's the Salem fall trip sign
We
up?
have 17 signed up as of now.
19.
19 as of now.
Do you have a
Awesome.
bus?
We do have a bus.
You got one?
Got one.
Good.
It's not a school bus either.
What's, yeah,
The capacity is 40.
40.
We got an activity bus, which was, the regular coach buses seat 50. So the activity bus was like 400 or 500, I think 400 and something and change cheaper. So we got for 40, just in case, because the people who are signing up want to go, but we don't want to
right.
not have a bus go down with 6 people on it. So
Right,
this
I was
is a
gonna say-
smaller bus,
Yeah.
so
Is there a break even that you,
right now, we're at break even.
There's yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So,
And you still have time.
Yes, we do still have time. Lots of interest, and so many times with like the trips, people sign up the weekend before.
so
Sorry.
do the kids sign up for that in school?
This is for adults, so you can definitely bring your kids, but we do not want to babysit.
The trip to
Salem.
Salem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So over 18, you can go on your own. Under 18, you have to be accompanied by an adult.
Okay,
Because,
That's right.
Mackenzie's busy making sure everyone's on the bus, where's the bus parking.
Right.
So we want to make sure that children have an appropriate guardian with them.
Okay, that's.
Has that question been asked?
Yes.
It sounds like it. Right.
Have you gotten feedback from your coordinators, your assistants through the summer? Are they interested in doing things like this, coming to those?
Oh, the counselors
Counselors,
for
yeah.
not necessarily the Salem bus trip because we don't need additional staffing for that, but absolutely they want to work any programs that we're willing to offer.
What date is the Salem bus trip?
October 1st, Saturday.
We also have become a part of Senior Project, so we have 2 interns that are going to be starting in our office next
That's
week.
awesome.
Yeah, that is great.
That is awesome.
Who are they?
So 2 at the same time, or like one semester, one another?
2 at the same time.
Great.
It's Maddie Jensen and Hannah Zentgraf, so they were also summer counselors this past year, which is
Perfect.
awesome.
That's what I was
Good transition.
thinking.
Yes.
Good. Nice forward thinking. Let's go to the New York City trip update.
We are at 19, I believe, also for
Wow.
New York City at the moment.
And you got a bus too?
Yes,
You're one of the only ones because no one can get a bus.
I know. And it's not a school bus.
Even better. Even better.
So that should be fun. It's an annual event. That's another one that we get a ton of people just the last couple weeks before. But
They just probably want to make sure they're like not ill
Yeah.
or,
but it's been a
nothing
steady
going on.
increase of signups, definitely.
Where are the signups? Where are the signups for this?
Online, or you can call the office or come down.
Oh,
So
cool.
So is this year it's solely with you, not with the, you know how last year it was seniors, and so it's just what you?
it is just with us this time, but we're definitely working on getting like a grandparents movie night or something underway, or other events with the senior center
Great.
and the library.
That's actually not-
But to answer your question, we do, sign-ups, we do them through the website, or if you call, or if you come down, we're pretty accessible.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Parking during events and rentals.
So there has been a bit of controversy with our renters because the lot fills up prior to their event that they're renting the building for. So we put up a sign just saying that
So are you saying like on a Sunday when
on
there's
like a
football
Sunday
going
when
on?
somebody's renting the building, but if nobody's renting the building, it's not as urgent. It's just if somebody has a party and they're expecting 25 people to come and then the lot's already full by the time they get here, and like on a Sunday, Fuller Field's gonna be,
Packed.
yeah.
So on Friday, we're gonna set out when we leave, we have the sawhorses that are in the back. So we're gonna set 2 on the big driveway, 1 across the smaller driveway. We've already notified the renter who's coming in Saturday that the
There.
sawhorses will be up, a sign's up when they get there, they can move it.
They can move
But
it.
then they have parking for the people that they plan on having.
Right.
If they're renting here, we have to make sure we have parking for that.
We also talked to Chris and Sarah from
Yeah.
football and
And they're cool with it,
Yeah.
they're
They're-
definitely
Yeah.
gonna help, but they're over here, they can't see over here, so.
yeah.
Right, they don't, right.
And like even if they sent out an email, like
They can't
nobody's
police
gonna,
it.
yeah.
Well, they have.
We had
So.
previously discussed putting actual signs out there that said it was for Parks and Rec,
Oh, okay.
parking only. It was long time ago, I don't think it ever
Well, they have
happened,
that
but that's
A-frame
something
up
that we
now.
could, yeah, I saw the sign when I came in, but like, something permanent
Yeah.
would probably,
Well, even a sandwich board sign that you could,
That's what we
Oh,
have
that's
right
what she
now,
said.
yeah.
right, put out, right.
but so that they don't have to put it, well, you're still gonna have to put those out.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah.
Once, I think, a couple of times go through, like, a lot of times, like the newer families, do you mean that you
Yeah.
come and you see that there's parking up and down, High Street, there's parking all along, the curve, and it's like, I have to get my kid, they're supposed to be there at 9, and so
Yeah.
you just park and you go.
There
It's
was
not, I
even
don't think it's
discussion of
intentional,
getting
and
rid
it's
of
just
that
more,
island.
there's a space,
Oh,
so.
So that there'd
Okay.
be more parking too, we had
Yeah,
talked about that.
It's a tough parking lot.
It is, so, I don't know.
But
Okay. Coordinators in neighboring towns, I think we covered that.
We did.
Correct? Thank you. So I did talk to Mackenzie, because I'd gotten some literature on a national Parks and Rec, and had said, I wanted her to put that into her budget next year to travel to the National Parks and Rec, but her and Laura went to the New England?
Yes.
Or the Massachusetts?
New England.
New England, which was last weekend. So, which is, I think the networking is very important to see what's working, what's not, other rates, and communicate and use ideas. So fantastic.
It was a great experience, definitely.
Good. Weekly newsletter.
We've started putting out a weekly newsletter. I
Yes, you
believe
did.
on our 3rd installment now. And we've been getting a lot of great feedback, and Laura said today our open rate is 60%.
I like it.
You doing chimp?
To your email. I put, I think, all the commissioners on it.
I know, I got a double one, I was like, ooh, someone added me again.
Are you doing chimp survey, or are you doing the constant contact? or-
Constant contact. So we see who reads, who opens,
Great.
who's clicking through, so we can
Yep.
see what's actually generating interest and start moving things around.
Awesome.
Your analytics on that, fantastic.
it.
Good.
I wasn't
Good
sure
job.
if it was like a physical mail out
Oh.
or like.
Electronic.
Electronically, and what's nice is there's a little button at the top that says if you want to join, and it just adds you right to the newsletter, so we don't have to like take it another step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Great. Upcoming events, teen hangout nights.
So we're hoping to get those started post-football season for Friday nights at Parks and Rec. And something like in lieu of like, there's nothing going on at St. John's, and like, there's a lot of interest from kids in that like middle school age range that like need somewhere to go, somewhere to hang out, so.
Kind of taking that place of the Friday night at St. John's. Okay.
Is that something we're planning for like a next meeting or something to talk about, or like?
We
We're
can talk about
exploring
it
the
now,
idea,
yeah,
right?
We're exploring it.
There's nothing, they want to start, do you have a date that you want to start? After Thanksgiving?
After the Thanksgiving game,
Okay.
probably, and
Okay.
we have our interns, that's their first, they're gonna start with planning and
Okay.
like seeing what, like,
Okay.
they think would be a good because we'll have like football outside or something, because no matter how cold it is, they're still gonna wanna play on the field.
Okay.
Right.
And we'll have something inside movies, and like we were looking at getting like older game systems to like have that inside as well.
Okay.
So
People
is that-
probably have stuff laying around that they would donate.
Exactly.
So, this is a comment for obviously the future when that's actually established, but I think we can probably do, I just wanted to bring it to the board's attention, commission's attention. I think what we can probably do is set things up with, you know, road visibility and whatnot, and have maybe a couple of our CITs or our returning volunteers, you know, walking around and stuff and just watching, you know.
Oh
for-
yeah,
Oh,
it'll be
there'll be adult- yeah,
chaperoned.
there'll
It's
be
not gonna
adult
be just like free
supervised,
reign of.
Right. I just think we should.
Our
make it
CITs are a
point
little
to
too young
focus on,
for.
like, you know, pot and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
It's all supervised. This
Yeah,
event
it's
is
all
all
supervised. There's
so
no.
the supervisors will have that control.
Did-
Okay.
We have,
no, that's good. I'm just throwing that out there because I know, like, when I was a kid, I know kids would sneak around the back of the building and, you know what I mean? So I just want to make sure that's like
Okay.
something that we focus on.
Yeah, we'll definitely make it clear that we have a zero tolerance for anything like that.
what's your capacity here for something like that?
This room is 70 people. so,
70 people,
yeah.
really? Wow. I was thinking that maybe if this is a success, that you might think about utilizing something like the town hall, auditorium, things like that, but 70 people is a lot. so.
70 people's a lot, and we like having the field, and like it's a great space. That's why we definitely want to expand our rec space with the field house, or eventually like maybe the garage space out there.
Get those guys out of there.
Get
Sorry,
facilities, get their own space.
Love you.
I saw that.
Talk about that.
Front loader.
Maybe you need your own building now, Brian.
Maybe.
You know, I think
On
it's
that-
a
Like
good
it.
I think there
idea.
might be a special town meeting.
On that topic, how is the
Right.
walkway between the building and the field holding up?
The walkway, this right
The
here.
pathway, yeah.
I mean, in the rain it gets muddy.
Yeah.
So, but aside from, it's fine for the day.
Is that something you might envision we need to formalize as a sidewalk or?
Potentially.
Something that Brian's here, maybe that's something we could discuss and recommend?
It's like paving or?
Not
No,
on the
just
agenda.
paving stones or something for this area between the building and the field. If that's something that you feel that you could utilize.
Sure.
Yeah, that came up before.
I brought it up before, that's why I want to bring it up again.
Okay.
It's definitely just worn down from like kids walking out to the
Yeah.
field and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's basic wear and tear.
Because we're a full year into having that access, right?
Wait, I'm sorry, what was that?
We are now a full year into having that access between here and the field. Isn't that recently new, the gate and the pathway?
I don't think so.
No.
No, it's always been there.
No, it's been,
My mistake.
it's all right.
Okay.
Let's go on to drama out of the box.
We have an improv class beginning next Tuesday to get some more demographic in for our programming, and people are very excited for it.
You got,
Who's doing it?
you got signups?
Meredith Charles.
Okay.
We have a few signups through us, but it's like a co-op type thing.
Okay.
She has people as well.
Great.
So we're hosting it.
Great,
Oh, good.
fantastic.
I just want to throw out there, the former music teacher from the elementary school, Carol O'Malley, suggested to me actually, something very similar to that. So I think that's excellent because it's something that literally that like a private citizen has asked me about, and a couple others around town, you know, when I was campaigning.
Yeah, I
so.
spoke to Carol. I told her she has to come down here and present the
Yeah.
class she'd like to do.
Yes.
And you would set it up for her.
Oh yeah,
Pretty easy,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
she's-
familiar with Carol?
Not
I am.
personally.
Okay.
We're
you-
very
you
My
are.
kids all have it.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to give her one of my business cards, they're on the.
Oh
on the
yeah,
way that-
absolutely
she can
I
reach out.
will.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
gonna see her, I think tomorrow for coffee,
Oh,
so, yeah. So I'll bring that up and let her know possibility. And
Cool.
excellent.
We love new programming.
Yeah, she loves music more than anything in the world, and she loves kids, so.
We have another music program, actually. Mary Bergwinkle is running Moving and Grooving with Mary again for toddlers, so very excited.
It's a lot of programming, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And Girls on Fire.
It's a running club through Erin Keenan.
Yes,
Um,
nice.
she has a ton of great program ideas.
She does.
We're very excited to have her running some programs through us.
Did you get
Fantastic.
any more girls?
Not that have signed up, tons of interest. I think it's a hard time with school just starting. So I'm hoping that this session goes well and then we're able to do another one just from the interest that sparks from having.
Yeah,
But we're keeping enrollment open, so.
Okay.
good.
Good.
New England Parks Association, that's what we
We discussed,
discussed?
yeah.
Is that all right?
Yep.
Great. Holiday Pops, you have that on the schedule?
Yes, Holiday Pops is December 3rd. We have Town Hall. We have both the Massachusetts Symphony Orchestra. The subcommittee has all come back. We've got the tents, the chairs, the capacity limits at Town Hall were lifted last Thursday by the Board of Health at their meeting. We have another meeting on Monday to go through the rest of the action items, but the sponsorship letter is done, the order form is done, the seating chart is done.
Fantastic.
Favors are done, so a lot of things, and then I've taken all the documents that we didn't have and I recreated them from information that I got from two of the subcommittee members. So now we have the information, it's also on a flash drive, stored with the paper files.
Awesome.
Great.
So we're.
Food and drink there?
Yep, there is snacks and drink, and I'm working with Apple Country because Sterling Street Brewery is not available that night, but Apple Country is going to provide a beer vendor and a wine vendor to sell liquor, and then the committee will sell water, like snacks, individual snacks, and.
Is that another one day permit or whatever that they
Yep, So
do?
we'll get the one-day permit, and I'll be the one working with Town Hall doing that. So,
Great. Great.
How long has it been since we've had this event?
Since 2019.
Yep.
So this is our 25th year, and the theme is going to be Silver Bells.
Great.
Oh, I
That
love
should be
it.
some big promotion, that's great, that's fantastic.
It's also my 22nd birthday.
I always think you're older.
You want the night off, don't you?
I so do.
You can't have it. Scarecrows in the park.
Yes, our scarecrow contest will be happening again on October 15th. So that should be fun. It'll be nice to see them line the park again.
Were we able to do that last year?
Yep.
Yeah, so we were off for 1 year, I think,
Yes,
for
we were
that.
able to bring that one back.
Is it the 15th that they're due by, or is it a
So at 10
program?
a.m. we open up and people can come down, and create their scarecrows, and then at 1
Here or
o'clock.
at the park?
It's at Central Park. It's
Okay.
along the side by the police station.
Yes.
And so people get to decorate them in any way that they want. And then at 1 o'clock, we take all the pictures and then they stay there for,
Yeah,
However long.
awesome.
and we'll put them on Facebook and then everybody votes.
So is that something that the kids need to sign up for, or is that just a walk-in basis type
Usually
deal?
families will sign up in advance for that.
Okay, so they'll just give a call down here.
Yeah. Or we have the online registration
Or,
as well.
right,
That's all on the newsletter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
awesome, thank you, Mackenzie.
Of course.
Decorating pumpkins to go wrong with it.
We have our pumpkin decorating contest as well. The fall is very competitive.
It's it's always a contest
It
with
is.
you. Is there a deadline on?
Enrollment is open. I can't remember which.
Oh,
day it is.
is it a class or a competition?
It's a workshop, and then you can enter your pumpkin in the contest if you want.
It's a good time, John. You should sign up.
This is re-
Bring your own pumpkin.
It looked like
If
a
you're looking
pumpkin.
for someone to do it with, I might be available.
We could get one together. Awesome. Halloween walk.
The Halloween walk.
Another big
We
one.
Definitely want to participate again. It's through Discover Clinton, or I don't know if it's Discover Clinton
It
or
might be the
Clinton Area
Clinton
Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce doing it now, it depends.
Yeah.
because I think Lee, who works for Phil Duffy, is now Discover Clinton,
Yep.
who used to organize it, but I do know that Discover Clinton and the Chamber are working very closely, and it's a
So,
beloved event, so.
We definitely want to be there.
Is that another like our pop-up tent and we're,
Yes.
okay.
Pass out candy.
I would definitely like something like that. I would like to, if even some of us could be there greeting and,
Do
you know.
put out for donations for that?
Yes.
We
Or can you?
don't typically, but we could.
I think that's a good
Is
idea.
that something we're
Pe-
able to do? Because I know we can't fundraise, so it's like a,
Yeah, I
Yes,
would
people
say-
have donated candy before.
Yeah.
Laura might know, doesn't some of the vendors up on High Street accept donations too?
They do, well, the
They
thing
do.
is, the chamber,
Right.
well, Discover Clinton in the past has put out the call for donations, and then they go around and they give
They
the
distribute.
different shops. So
Yeah.
some of the shops on High Street have their own candy, but then Discover Clinton in the past has walked around. I mean, they gave us bags of candy, Bob's
Oh,
Turkey
through-
Farm gave
yeah.
us,
Yeah.
because I helped Mackenzie last year at the table, just as a person.
Okay.
As a volunteer.
I cost him.
What, do you have the date on that?
It's usually the Thursday before Halloween, but
Okay.
I don't think anything's been posted yet.
I don't think so either. And if you do want to volunteer, we have volunteer forms that you can sign up.
Well, I'll definitely volunteer.
Great. Tree lighting ceremony.
The tree lighting is the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and we did form a subcommittee for that this year because the select board is not having the holiday party prior to it. Instead, Joyce is going to help us with our event, maybe set up a tent there and pass things out to the kids and stuff like that.
No Santa?
We will have definitely Mrs. Claus. I know Christine will be there because
Yeah.
she's joining the subcommittee as well.
Santa
And-
will be busy at the holiday.
yeah, so we'll see. But it should be a good event, and I reached out to Dunkin' Donuts again to see if we could get the sponsor for the donuts and hot chocolate for that event.
Fantastic. Good. Go on to updates. Skate park update. We had any more feedback from,
Everything seems pretty positive down there as of
Okay.
lately, so they're very happy to be left.
I've made a couple visits and they seem to be
Yeah.
very,
Yeah, while we're on that topic, Brian, I just wanted to thank you personally for getting that done so quickly.
No problem, guys.
That was-
It's part of their routine now. I mean, when they're down there cutting the fields, they're
Oh,
at least looking
awesome.
to see if anything needs.
anything's,
Oh, excellent, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
And they have some of
And
the
then also-
trash empty quicker down there now too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might have got away from us a little bit.
The kids were really
Before we
excited
discussed
about
it, and right now it's definitely on there.
It's great.
So,
kind of handle.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries.
Wait, Justin.
With,
Talk about Justin.
I'm sorry, with that, sorry, I lost my train of thought. The sign, we discussed previously signs for the skate park, is that,
So the verbiage was gonna be gone over, by you and Brian at some point. I don't know if you've gone over that, but I know that we had discussed that if you want.
is that something we'll vote for?
We left it up to them actually the last time, because I wanted you guys to go over, what you wanted up there, and like hours and everything else, so
We can definitely take care of that before the next meeting.
Okay, that'd be great. That'd be great.
I think it would be, I just think it would be helpful to be part of it, you know what I mean? That way we know what's going on and whatnot.
Open house. Okay. The chess table,
Yeah.
we already discussed that.
I got a little excited, sorry.
That's
Things
all
I'm
right.
Copy and paste.
It's all right.
I'm excited for it.
The lighting for the skate park, I know, we have fiscal year '25,
Yeah, it's in phase 3.
but yeah, so I don't know. Good.
So, just on the lighting down there,
Would the softball lighting light that up a little bit
so
more?
I believe so. So at town meeting, we allocated funding, and with the remaining funding from the Little League Field and the combination of both sources, we just put the lighting project for the softball field out to bid last Friday. The due date for bids is September 23rd. the equipment has been ordered, the actual lights, and they're supposed to be delivered the first week of October, so we're trying to line that up and get that project done before the winter, so it's good to go for the spring. I don't have the specs, but we went back to Musco and to see if they could put emergency lights on the back, so it lit up that parking lot, which would light up the skate park.
That's fantastic.
Not directly, but indirectly would light it up.
For the most part.
So I think from now until the renovations or whatever you discuss in 2025, that might solve
Okay.
That'd be- Yeah,
problem.
I think that'd be more than sufficient. I think that would probably deter negative behavior, and on top of that, like we already, discussed.
I'll look at the design, but I believe each pole, there is an emergency light facing the back. And I think there's gonna be 3 or 4 poles in
In that outfield?
the, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
But I have the specs, I can share them next time, I don't have them with me.
New poles?
What's that?
Are they new poles in that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Excellent.
okay. Last item, skating rink on Fuller Field.
So I know upstairs, I don't know if you would know more about this than I do, maybe not. I think that predates both of us as far as.
Used to be a Dale Street area.
Yeah, we have a good amount of pieces upstairs.
Mhm.
So I was hoping that was something we could set up for this year.
Mm-hmm. They
Then
set it up here last
here,
time,
I
didn't
would,
they?
I feel like it would make more sense to have it here, that way we can
100%.
maintain it a little bit better and it's
100%.
easier. And
When that was set up at Vale Street, it was well received by
And
the
we,
town.
and we could, yeah, people had been asking for it for the
Yeah.
past couple of years. And that way we could also
the
incorporate that in our
baseball field?
teen nights, so it could be like
It was on the
a
softball.
skate night
Softball.
and like
Softball field.
hot
Okay.
chocolate inside, something like that.
Do you have access to the lighting out there?
What?
Next to the playground,
Do-
or
do-
so
Would
the
you have,
playground's there. and
do you
then-
personally have it?
I could get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just thinking that would tie in.
Yeah,
I see.
absolutely, but I think that would be a
Fires.
good way, like, we would light up the field and then they could play, or skate, and then they could come inside, we'll have hot chocolate, something like that.
Yeah, I can show
That'd be
you. It's
perfect.
just a switch, because the breakers are on. so-
Great.
So who sets it up?
Bring your summer crew back, right?
I don't know if we want them
I mean,
setting that
I
up.
think we would need to identify if it's all there.
Yes.
If we need any,
Yeah.
you know,
Pieces.
pieces, yeah.
Yes.
In the liner, the important part too, if that thing's torn or,
Figure out a dry run in October or something, maybe?
Yeah, I can talk to the guys too, because I know the last time it was used, I wasn't in this position. I
Yeah.
had no involvement in setting it up, so it would be
was
more.
it 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
No, it had to
I think
be
it's
probably
longer than-
2018.
Yeah, because I was in high
4
school.
years.
Time, yeah.
Okay,
I know Rose's
wasn't
last
that
year,
long
she
ago.
didn't set it up.
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
I've been out of high school for a
It feels
bit.
like it wasn't that long ago.
great,
I just found out I've been out of high school for 5 minutes.
okay.
I just have one question about that special town meeting. Do you know the date?
I don't. I just want to be prepared, so if that doesn't end up happening, I'd like to incorporate that in the town meeting.
Okay, could you get us your wish list so far? I know I gave you something, and just so we can see what's on it,
Yeah,
so that we can
absolutely.
add to it if there's other things.
Yes, definitely. I can finish that up and email it out to you guys.
All right, thanks.
Thanks. Public comment? None?
Motion to adjourn,
Second,
Parks and Rec meeting.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.